I played Super Monkey Ball, and the only way I can describe it is like when you've got that favourite snack or that favourite meal from the shop, and then when you eat it, you realise that they've definitely changed out some of the ingredients for something cheaper. You may still like it, but it's definitely far less substantial, and in my case, far less enjoyable. Visually, for a 3DS game, the game absolutely still looks fine. There's nothing really wrong with the game graphically. For the most part. See, I actually have this game on real hardware, and one thing I will state is that the 3D effect actually gives me a headache. The constant shifting of the camera angles and I think the bright colours just proves to be too much for me, so I cannot have the 3D effect on when playing this game. It's just too much for me. But overall, it generally looks fine. Gameplay-wise, while I don't quite feel the physics are great, there's definitely some weirdness going on in my opinion, it generally controls pretty fine. The gameplay more falls apart when it comes to the level design. Now let me make it clear, I'm no expert Monkey Ball player or anything like that. Like, I love the Super Monkey Ball games, but I wouldn't call myself an expert. I'd probably call myself pretty terrible even. So when I say that this game is stupidly easy, that kind of should say something. There was maybe 1 or 2 levels in the entire game that I actually struggled with. Otherwise, it was pretty much a breeze, except for the parts where, because of the easiness, my brain would switch off and I'd just run headfirst into a bumper. The bumpers were the only real obstacle that I was worried about. The levels are wide enough that it's trivial to work around them, and with the guardrails littered throughout the levels, the chances of you falling out are so low. This might be good if this is like your very first Monkey Ball game, but even then, I feel like you'd get a better experience by just playing the regular games if you wanted to try them for the first time, because this probably wouldn't even equip you for what would be to come in any of the other games. Because if I'm breezing through the final world, when normally I would flounder in any other Monkey Ball game, then something is seriously wrong with the level design, and the game overall takes maybe an hour to beat, if not less. It really is an absolute breeze to get through, which on one hand I get it, it's a 3DS game, it's not meant to be this, a lot of portable games don't try to be this uber long experience, but I would expect a little bit more from this game. Once you're done with that, unless you want to replay levels, the only other real thing to note are the party games, something that Super Monkey Ball usually does have some good history with. However, there's only 2 that I remember, that being Monkey Kart and Monkey Fight. The Monkey Fight is essentially a poor Smash clone. I wasn't terribly interested in it, it didn't feel that great to control. And then there's the Monkey Kart, which felt like it was a bit more complex. I was absolutely awful at it, but I could maybe see like a younger version of myself getting this game and maybe sinking enough hours into the Monkey Kart to where I'd actually get somewhat good at this. But the party games, much like the main game, is way too shallow. You know, I don't like giving negative reviews like this because I like seeing the bright side to a lot of games, but Super Monkey Ball 3D is such an inconsequential experience. Hell, there's not even a story. Whenever you pick a world, all that happens is a little pop-up book opens up and you see your monkey notice a portal and they fall in, and that's the story. And they do that with every single one. They just recycle the same animation, like 8 times? The music is okay, but it is largely unmemorable. There's only like 1 or maybe 2 tracks that I can remember. I think I can remember the one which was in the robot level because it had like, I think lyrics, or at least it was like sounds that sounded like someone was singing. But that's about it. It's totally serviceable, much like the gameplay, it's completely serviceable, but definitely not something I'm going to be remembering in about a week or 2. I wish I had more positive things to say. I want to stress that this isn't an awful game, it's just a 5 out of 10 maybe? Like, if you want to play a Monkey Ball game on the go, I mean, it's not terrible, you'll get through it just fine. There are worse portable Monkey Ball experiences. If you're looking for like a proper good Super Monkey Ball, this isn't the way to go in my opinion. So honestly, I cannot recommend you go out of your way to play it. There are just better experiences out there, especially now with the Nintendo Switch, where you can play 2 different Monkey Ball games that I'd argue are infinitely better than this. But hey, if you played the game, let me know what you think down in the comment section. I am always willing to hear differing opinions from myself. Maybe you really loved this game and think I'm being way too harsh on it. I'm totally open to hearing about that. And I'm looking forward to any discussion in the comment section. With that all being said, I'll see you all next time.